Welcome to Bedtime Stories. Today's story is called Alice's Mad Manners. Clean up, move down! The Mad Hatter shoved Alice aside, nearly spilling her tea. Poor Alice had been at the tea party for some time and had not even had a sip. It was a most unusual tea party. Alice took a new spot and waited patiently while the Hatter and the March Hare poured a fresh round of tea. Folding her hands in her lap, Alice tried to recall what her mother and sister usually did at tea parties. It seemed to her that they had sat around and chatted. Perhaps, thought Alice, that is what I ought to do too. Pardon me, Alice addressed the March Hare because the Mad Hatter seemed quite busy buttering his saucer. Our neighbor's got a new dog. He's a dog? A dog? The March Hare shouted. Where? He hopped up onto the table, upsetting a plate of toast. Oh, I'm terribly sorry. Alice stood up and tried to calm the poor hare. I should have known you wouldn't like dogs. Dina hates them too. You know. The March Hare was hopping all around the table, and Alice had to jog in circles beside him to keep up the conversation. When Dina sees a dog, she practically climbs the curtain. Very sensible, the Hatter said, waving his butter knife. Just who is this clever Dina? Oh, she's my... Alice stopped herself. She had got into trouble for mentioning her cat before. The dormouse had run off in a panic, and the Hatter and March Hare had given chase. She would not make that mistake again. She whispered in Hatter's ears, She is my kitten. But that's a baby cat, the Hatter cried. Just as Alice feared. The dormouse bolted. The March Hare started hopping about just as soon as the word cat was out of Hatter's mouth. The Hatter chased the dormouse round and round the garden. Finally, the Hatter tossed his hat over the little creature. Alice caught him in the teapot and closed the lid. Really, my dear, it is most rude to threaten us on our birthdays, the Hatter cried. I'm really very sorry, Alice sighed, sinking back into a chair. She was only trying to be polite. Perhaps, Alice thought to herself, in this place, it is better to say what you think you ought not instead of what you think you ought. Turning to the Hatter, she said, This party isn't very fun and you aren't very nice. The Hatter grinned. Thank you ever so much, my dear young lady. Tea? He said. Thank you very much, said Alice. She was beginning to get the hang of this. The end. Thank you for watching my videos. Please do subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon.